Welcome back to the Looking Glass. This is the first time that Linda Kay and I've had a chance to be here at one of the top spots of Clarksville. We've enjoyed our relationship with Dan and the top spots. But this is a kind of a special moment because last week we lost our longtime manager, many of you know, Tom Noerr. 16, 17-year relationship with us, and it's been a celebration of life and a celebration of his very, very special life. After this little brief introduction, we're going to share with you some edited versions of Tom and other people as they tasted this food that looks so good, and I don't think Linda Kay or myself, either one, got a chance to eat any of that food. And now that I've seen this video over and over again and edited, I understand why, because they were eating all the food, and so we didn't get a chance to ever sample it. Tom was a special guy. He did special things for a lot of special people, our customers and the people that he came in contact with. You wonder why the good die young. I think that Tom left us early because he wanted to go on with his messages beyond where he is now. And he is in a safe place. He's in a safe place because he's with his God. And now we can enjoy his legacy and what he's done, and I've heard it over and over again since the funeral and just before the funeral when he was passing. Mrs. E's got some special things. She was just telling me about it today, about, I didn't know these things, about what some of the items that you've enjoyed over the years at the Looking Glass that he's responsible for. And we're going to continue to do that, and we're going to add on some more from the rest of our talented people here. And so you'll have the old with the new, and you can mix them together and enjoy what you like. So, Linda Kay, tell us about stories about Tom that you'd like to share.
I would like to share how he came about to work here. He used to come in, sometimes with a friend, sometimes with his wife, and sit at table number 2 and order. And then I found out he worked in food services for the Army. And I said, I don't know the first thing about running a restaurant, nothing. Would you mind inspecting our kitchen and telling me what I should do? He said, well, I'll be glad to. So he would come in the kitchen and he would tell me what I was supposed to do for the next week. So by the next week, my whole staff had done everything he said, and I said, I would like an inspection. Would you please tell me what I should do next? And he would say, I'll be glad to. He would come in and he'd say, da 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 da, put your broom up here, label this, put the date on that. And we very rarely, we do everything Tom has ever said. We very rarely ever get anything lower than a 98. Usually it's a 99, and that's pretty hard to do when you're busy. And when he got out of the Army, we were still friends. And one day he said, I'm not happy where I am. I don't like working with children. And I said, well, I don't either. Why don't you come here and work? And he said, oh, I can't work for you. You're my friend. And I said, I've never heard that rule. I've always worked with my friends. I like working with my friends. I would love for you to come here. He said, well, I can't. So he walked out the door. I was still watching him. And about when he got to the perimeter, he did an army pivot, turned around, walked back in and said, I'll be back here in 2 weeks. And I said, wonderful. He said, what am I going to do? I said, I'll let you figure it out. Because even though I'd had a cooking school, I knew nothing at all about a restaurant. Well, he came in. He said, I'll start off with the breads. So he created all the bread recipes. And he said, you have never asked me to write them down. I said, why? So when I leave, you will have them. I said, but I know you're not going to leave. He went, well, okay. And he did. And he did all the bread recipes. And then the time came, I went to the kitchen and I said, I am just getting too old. I can't do it anymore. I can't see. I want you to be my manager, and I'll pay you so and so amount. And if you don't accept, I'll close it down Saturday. And he knew that was the truth, because I had closed it down once before when I was just exhausted. And I'm still too old. Now, he went home and told Marcia, Marcia, have some good news and some bad news. I said, she said, what's the good news? Ms. E wants me to be manager of the Looking Glass. And she said, oh, that's great. What's the bad news? If I don't accept, she's closing it down Saturday. So he came in, I had his check ready for him. He said, I guess I'm your new manager. And we have been on the same track ever since we've known each other. Yeah, I like his taste buds. He's a gentleman. He only got mad at me once, and that was because of my driving. And I only got mad at him once in 18 years. And I won't tell you what that was, but I never told him. I just went out here and just yelled. He was a happy, experienced. Every day I look forward to coming to work. I think we all enjoyed being with Tom.
share with him the recipes that we're still eating that he was responsible for.
Usually when I talk to someone, I do tell them, this is Tom's New Jersey crab cake. And they say, yes it is, I can tell. Now, $17 a pound for our crab meat. He took it, very little stuffing, and people from the north, our Yankee friends, all know that it's from New Jersey. All the breads are still his recipe, as far as I know. His taste buds were always what I call perfect. He didn't drink, didn't smoke, he didn't cuss. Matter of fact, it was almost perfect. But I could never find anything wrong with him. He was just great. And he would bring in a recipe, or he would twig a recipe that could have too much of something in it. And he knew all the terms. He would go in and go in the back and rectify something if it needed to be, delicately, gently.
Yeah, he's responsible for our minimal salt and everything from scratch here, so that we want to be something different than the normal large restaurant. We can do that because we're in control of our own restaurant or recipes. And so when you come to the Looking Glass, you thank Tom and us as well, and the whole staff, that this is a place that you don't have to eat a lot of preservatives and minimal salt. The salt's on the table if you want to add it, and so that's something that we're still committed to and will continue to. And in the future on these top spot things, you'll see some other things that we're going to do. It's all in the planning stage right now, and all in his honor, and because we want him to be proud of this place, because he loved this place and we loved him.
Merry Christmas.